For the past 3 months, the outbreak of the coronavirus in parts of the world has impacted demand for fuel as economic activities have slowed down in some countries affected by the disease. Also, a price war between Saudi Arabia and Russia has caused the global prices of crude to reduce by 30% as at Monday, March 9, 2020. For instance, as at Tuesday, March 10, 2020, a barrel of crude oil was selling for $36.22. This is down from a region of about $65 per barrel at the beginning of the year. These developments benefit importing countries like Ghana. Also, the Citi's relative stability against major trading currencies like the US dollar, euro, and the British pound for the first 3 months of this year also means that the country is not highly exposed to the shocks in importing crude. It is against this backdrop that the OPEC wants the OMCs to trigger a reduction in prices at the pumps to allow customers benefits from the drop. But the executive director of IES, Citi, says the expectations ought to be measured in terms of the margin of reduction.
For sure, over the last 10 days, the national price of gasoline or petrol or this fuel has gone down by 15%. We don't expect to see the same margin at the pump, our local pump, because the international price of this fuel is just one component of their price build-up or their cost components. They need to take care of their administrative, the other policy and legislative fees to pay are all in there. So you can't match the same that fuel price on international market has gone down by 10%. So same margin here. Remember, stock level are also important variables to look at, the cedi depreciation and other administrative costs.
Mr. Citi also spoke about how best civil society groups can ensure that consumers feel the impact of a reduction.
Quite unfortunate in our parts of the world that when prices of petrol go up on the international market, oil marketing companies will shoot up their price with, like, in the form of a rocket. But when it has to come down, they descend with a parachute or umbrella. And so consumers don't get this benefit at a point when prices are going down. But that's the role of the Consumer Protection Agency. We have other entities like the OPEC and Co. They advocate to ensure that the consumers get a fair price for what they consume. And so it's important that government needs to reinforce these mechanisms. OPEC is a civil society organization, like IES, we do our part. But the Consumer Protection Agency, the National Petroleum Authority, and the rest must not go to sleep.
For this year, the government projected about 1 billion cedis in revenue from the export of crude oil, but the developments on the global level mean that the target is likely not to be met. Mr. Citi says the projected revenue from oil is likely to drop by 50% unless there is a review.
Ghana, as an oil exporting country, not a net one though, has banked its hope on the revenue they receive from their oil exports. And was a benchmark price for about $58.66 per barrel. Today, crude oil is trading just around $30 per barrel. This means that government's expectation will not be met. It's been almost halved. Government expected to rake in about $1.2 billion from its petroleum receipts or sale. Now that the oil is moving around $30 mark, it means that what government will get will be just around half of the estimated receivables.
For now, consumers should await a possible review of ex-pump prices starting the second pricing window in March from the 16th to the 31st.